So I'm currently behind the wheel of the 2021 Audi SQ5, and I'm going to take some time to showcase the interior of this thing. So starting like normal from left to right, you got some child locks, you got your window switches, you got your rear mirror adjust knob right here. Down low there's a rear hatch switch, door latch, you got door locks, you've got two settings that you can set the driver position. Got a bunch of lighting buttons and dials, as well as the dim level for the gauge cluster up top. That gauge cluster is a full digital gauge cluster with a bunch of pages that you can cycle through to see different details. So for example, right now it's kind of like on an information screen. You can go music, like phone notes, and then showcasing a map. On the information screen, starting from the top, you've got like a fuel gauge level, consumption, short-term memory, long-term memory, some energy consumers letting you know that air conditioning is impacting energy use, driver assistance screen, traffic signs. So if I was on the road right here, it would tell me, speed limits, for example. You can switch between different stations right here on the gauge cluster as opposed to the navigation screen. Phone, and you can zoom in and zoom out as well. Now every screen has two screens basically. So, and then the map screen is probably the coolest one. Most drastic. Moving back to the steering wheel, showcasing how I was changing that. It's just simply these two left-right buttons. So these is how you go through the different pages, and the view button is that drastic look. So for the map screen that everybody loves, push view, makes it big. And scrolling up and down is on this little knob is how I was going through the different options on each page. Over on the right, you've got a heated steering wheel button, talk buttons, and as well as the volume control and tuner knob as well. Give you a better look at the steering wheel, featuring the S branding at the bottom. There's a little trip reset button right there. Moving to the touch navigation display. This is the home screen showcasing you what you're listening to, if you had a phone connected, and a little location on the map. But these are basically the icons for the different apps or that you can switch between. So radio, media, pretty much as the name suggests, phone, navigation, phone apps, and then vehicle. Where you start changing things up a little. So Audi Drive Select is basically the drive modes of the vehicle. I'll showcase down low where there's actually like a drive mode button, which will quicker switch between drive modes. But if you go in here, you can switch between off-road, all-road, comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. Individual, you can change basically a customized mode, so you can change the drive between balance, sport, suspension can be between comfort, balance, sport, steering the same, and engine sound can be between quiet, automatic, and present. Present meaning it's there. Going back, you got vehicle data showcasing a bunch of cool off-road like inspired information should you need the angle of the vehicle, your current location. Efficiency assist, showcasing you economic tips, things like that. Seats, driver seat and entry assistance, air conditioning, light visibility, parking aid, driver assistance. You get the gist. You can pretty much change everything. Favorites, switches obviously between the favorites. Let's go into some settings as well. So you can change things like date, time, measurement of the units, speech, display and brightness. This is cool. So obviously there's a heads-up display system, but the Audi virtual cockpit, you can change between 3 different pages. So you got sport, change now. Gives you like some old school dials, dynamic, and I had it on S Performance from the beginning. You can change the settings of that as well. Language, keyboard, sound, system maintenance, users, connected devices, connection settings, entertainment, navigation, telephone, contacts, messages, privacy, notifications, and announcements and tones. Pretty much everything. You got help, users, messages, purchases, should you make app purchases, weather, news, legal notes, and a calendar. Usually I'm just leaving it on whatever screen that I'm listening to tunes on, as well as, so home, this is radio, media, phone, and navigation for quick, no matter where you are inside the system, you can quickly go to that spot. Down from the display, you got hazard button right here, 2 vents. Give you a first good look at the carbon fiber option throughout this vehicle. So it's also on the door card, left of the steering wheel, swoops all the way through, as well as in the back, which I'll showcase when I showcase the back seats. Below that carbon fiber piece, you've got the climate controls. They're kind of touch sensitive. I have not pushed them yet, but it's kind of like preparing for me to push the button. It's like queuing itself up, giving you options should you go up or down. You got heated seat for driver and passenger. Displays digitally inside the knob what it's doing. A little down from that, this is where I was mentioning the drive controls, or the drive mode control. So up, down will switch quickly between the different modes. This button right here is the auto start stop of the engine. I currently have it set to off. Traction control, parking assistance, parking sensors. He'll send like cruise control to kind of hold the car, and you can turn the screen off as well. Little cubby hole down here, USB port, what I call the old school smoker's port, 12 volt, and the engine start stop button right here. Carbon fiber is again in the center console as well. Nice cubby hole for a wallet. To the right of that, you've got a volume knob, as well as you can hit it left, right for tuner options and turn it off. Little spot potentially for a phone or the key should you wish to place it there. You've got kind of like a palm sized gear lever, so you go between reverse, neutral, and drive and sport, and then you can also knock it over. So if I go to drive, you put it in drive and it's in drive, you pull it back again, it's in sport, which will signify what gear it's in sport, and then you knock it over and then it's in manual, so M1, you can select through the gears. And then it says P down there, but parking is actually a button, and if you were knocked over, it'll knock it back over. Displays the S branding of the vehicle behind the shift knob. Got a parking brake latch. Right here is a charging pad, which hides 2 cup holders. Got a glove box. Armrest. Features a little Audi screen cleaner. Little USB-C plug hidden right here as well. Moving to the passenger side, got a glove box. You can see the surround sound audio system. Give you a look at the passenger door. Seating situation in the vehicle features the S branding on the seats as well. The carbon fiber I mentioned is on the back doors as well, and the same seating design in the rear without the S branding. Features a sunroof for both front and rear of the cabin. all lighting and controls up top. But that is the interior of the 2021 Audi SQ5. There is a feature that I didn't go too in depth on that you want mentioned, or you want some questions answered, drop me a comment below and I will help you find the answer. Thanks for watching.